So welcome to my second video lecture over middleware that we just went over on the board. So I'm in the process of making a new project called middleware example. So I'm going to npm init to start this. Package name. I'm going to control C out of here because I created my directory but I never stepped into it. Let's try that again. npm init. And it's always good to look at the package name here because it will warn you of what folder you're actually in, which is how I discovered this. So now I'm in middleware example. Sounds good. Version 1.0. Sounds good. Middleware demonstration. Entry point app.js. Test command. Don't got one. Alright, so now we have a project, and now I'm going to open that up. And in this example, I'm just going to do it all in app.js. Mainly because of time constraints. So, app.js. So let our const app or const express equal, I'm missing a step here. I need to install express. I'm having issues with port 5000 on my computer again, so I'm going to set it to 5001 until I shut down and restart my computer. So I'll app.listen on my port. And I'll give a message that the middleware service has started. So I'll write a quick health check endpoint. Alright, so now I have my health check. Let's verify that this works. Go. I do. Now 5001's in use. I really need to restart this computer. Alright, middleware service is started. Go into Postman. So now our middleware service is run. So now we're going to add our own custom middleware. And we're going to say app.use, and then we pass in a function with request, response, and what? We're going to give information about our request here. Console.log, and then request.method plus request.url, and then like I did on the board, and then new date, which is a datetime.now. Alright, so let's see what happens now. I broke it. So what did I do? Yeah, I did not add next. So I threw my request out into the void and never got it back. So I'm going to restart my web service now. Now I have next defined. Now let's try this again. Now we have our middleware service, and now I'm going to look in my terminal, or my console here, and here I have a custom log. So every request that the application makes will utilize that. So now I've broke this out into a function. I'm going to make a greet function. So now I'm going to make an array of middleware. Do you guys want the logger first, or do you want to be greeted first? I can sense. Thank you. I can sense the excitement here. What did I call this? Logger. And now we're going to throw this into our app.use. And we'll restart our application. And we'll try doing this again. I did it again. That's not it.
Oh my goodness.
This is what happens when you have too many repositories. Alright, where were we? What did I do? It'll become very apparent when you forget to do this. So now it greeted me, and then it gave me my logger. Now I could comment out this code here and inject it right here. Actually did not attempt to do this before I'm showing this example. And it greeted me again. So suppose that you have multiple methods inside of a router, like our book router, where we want to have authentication on some and not on the others. You can just toss in your middleware array or method in the middle where as needed. So I'm going to stop this here. We wrote our own logger. That was cool. I'd like you guys to start using loggers on future applications. However, I'll show you a different way of doing it. And I'm going to npm install -- save Morgan. So here I'm going to say const logger equals require Morgan. Morgan is a third-party logger. That's pretty common. The main two are Morgan, and if you want something more powerful and fancier, or you like Overwatch, you can get Winston. So I am going to get rid of my custom middleware here now. And I'm going to say app.use, and then I'm going to say logger, and then I'm going to specify what format I want the logger to be in. I'm going to say dev. So I'm going to try running this again. App is not defined. I no longer have middleware, or user-defined middleware. So now I've started this again, and I'll send a call to the health check, and now I will look at my terminal, and nothing happened. Okay, so here is an example of your Morgan middleware, and you'll see that it gives a lot of the same information, except that this also gives you your response and how long it took. So I would recommend using Morgan as a logger in the future, or you can try out Winston if you would like. Are there any questions on this? That makes me think that maybe this logger doesn't by default work in Visual Studio Code, but you normally would be running your app from a command line. Try this one more time. Oh, I know what the problem is. No? Yeah. So I'd be running your code from a terminal, so it'll be nice to see. And I'd like you to start doing that with Morgan or Winston or your own. So that concludes today. So